Okay, so here we are again in another video, and let me close the window. So today we're gonna start with EU again. Again, our EU, it had nothing. So yeah, nothing today on EU. It's been a pretty chill week because I'm not being able to trade every morning. I have some other projects well, and things to do, so I'm not being able to trade every morning, but I feel okay. Yeah, and even coming from a holiday week, I feel perfect. I'm not trading that much, so yeah, I'm happy with it. So, well, EU today we took these lows here. Maybe sorry, yesterday we took these lows here. Then we took this liquidity we had a lot of liquidity probably from the Asia low. Sorry, the weekly low. But well, I'm not going to go more deep in that because it has no sense. Okay. GBP USD. We had this previous weekly low and relevant liquidity on H1 being taken, and then this movement to the upside to take all this liquidity. Not here probably, but well. Here we had I thought about selling and buying, but I didn't trade today, okay? Because I wasn't sure about it. Here I would have had a good trade here, okay? So I'm gonna explain myself. First of all, we had this movement to the upside after taking this liquidity to the left. So I understood that probably we had buyers induced in this case, and I expect this previous daily low maybe to be taken again. But on H1, I don't like these weeks. Okay, so on the first place, I would think that we are going to have sales even with these weeks, but I'm not sure if we're gonna take this. Okay, because seeing all this week, maybe we go back and we take this high. Okay, but well. So first of all, we had this movement in Asia creating liquidity. We had some liquidity up here too, which it took this afternoon. And well, so what I liked this morning was that we had this movement to the upside here with the Asia low. We had this candle here, which this week for me meant that early buyers were entering. And then we had this movement to the downside here, okay? So seeing that this was taken and probably we could have a reaction here as an SMT, I expected this movement to the upside, okay? So I saw the price here and I didn't enter. I thought about buying here after taking that early buyers week and Asia low, but too risky for me in that moment. So I didn't feel comfortable here, and yeah, I just didn't trade it. Okay, so here we had the real liquidity on H1 on M1, sorry, and here we had the other one. So after taking this, maybe if I would have seen that, probably I would have traded it, but yeah, I wasn't sure. And well, after that, as you can see, we had nothing, no confirmation, no breakup structure, so yeah, it's okay for me. Then we had this movement to the upside to take this rebalance liquidity. I thought about selling here after taking this rebalance liquidity, but it was out of timing. I had no confirmation, so I didn't enter, and it took this next round liquidity. So I did it correctly, not entering here, and of course, if I have relevant liquidity to the upside, probably it's going to take it, and it took that perfectly. Then I saw this. I like this candle close here because it induces buyers. Okay, so and then I saw this candle here, and I thought about selling, but out of timing, and well, I needed some confirmations. I was expecting this high to be taken in the afternoon, but it was never taken. So maybe with this candle here, I could have entered. As you can see here, we had this confirmation, but I didn't trade that. I wasn't even looking, okay? And then we had this one, which looked much better for me. After this, buyers try to continue up, okay? Then in the afternoon, we had this movement to the downside, taking this raw liquidity on M5, perfect. So my target for this sell was this point here, and we took that. And after taking that, I thought about selling here. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about selling here, but I had no confirmation. I had to go to work. So yeah, here we have the reaction, and then I saw I had time to see these two candles, and I had to go to work. And then yeah, it created this. So maybe I would have entered and placed, I don't know, the TP here, and maybe yeah, I think I would have placed the partial break even here, because it's more or less the half of all the trade, and well, it took this high, so round liquidity on M1 here, but no trade for me. And then well, in the end it took, okay, so the structural break is here, it took this round liquidity on M5 here. So pretty interesting day for GU today, and well, no trades for me again, okay? Then USD JPY. Well, yeah, I was looking for sales because I expected this pair and USD to take this round liquidity on each one, and when I took that, I was looking for buys, but no more time for me. So USD JPY. The problem here is that I was sleeping, so I didn't see that. We had this movement here to the downside after taking this round liquidity on M5, breaking extractor, but for me we had nothing to the left to react from, and well, yeah, I didn't trade that. Finally we took that. Oh, sorry. Finally we took that, and it went down, but I don't like this week, so probably we have this previous daily high here, so probably we're gonna take that. But yeah, it's reacting here, so no clear raw liquidities here for me, okay? Probably in the zone, but yeah, nothing else. USD more or less the same. We had this previous daily high. Sorry, let me show you the H1. So it's interesting on H1 to understand what we had. So the market doesn't really have clear patterns, but it repeats itself. So I've seen this move a lot of times, and probably we're gonna have a continuation to the upside, okay? To take this high and maybe go down. I'm not sure, but seeing this H1 pattern or this H1 price action, I can understand how it could move, okay? More or less, or I can, like, I have edge and I understand a little bit what could happen seeing the M5 and the M1. So if I see this on H1 and I have this round liquidity on H1 here, I can expect at least this to be taken, okay? Or a reaction, an SMT reaction, but it depends on the M5, okay? So it's a lot of practice, a lot of years. I've been trading or trying to trade for 5 years now, and I've seen a lot of charts every day during 2000 days probably, or I don't know, 1500. So I've seen a lot of price action, okay? Then USD CHF, H1 again. We took this previous weekly high and relevant liquidity in H1. It took that relevant liquidity in H1 here, and this pattern, as you can see, boom, it took that. So what can I expect now? As you can see, we have clear buyers liquidity, and probably someone would say, well, if it took that, we could have a movement to the downside. Well, I don't think so. I think that after taking this and this week, probably we're gonna have, I'm not sure, of course, it's all like I'm trying to predict, and you on trading, you don't predict, so I'm trying to explain what I see now to understand what I do on M5, but now it's late, so maybe it changes. But I expect a clear movement to the upside before going down, if we are going down, okay? So maybe we go down, but to take some liquidity from here and continue up. But yeah, I don't know that. I just don't predict. I just try to trade every day what I see, and if it changes, I change my bias. So yeah, here we had this reaction here, not taking this round liquidity on M5, break of start of the downside, and as you can see, is a high reaction. So I expected a reaction here. I don't trade this, but because of my edge, I can understand that seeing this candle, like here we had buyers, but seeing this candle here probably would have a change and take of this high, but I don't trade this, okay? So this is some sort of trade that induces break and retest traders and breakout traders, okay? But sometimes you can trade with them because they have to win sometimes, but it's pretty difficult. And to end this day, we had this previous weekly high taken, then we took this round equity in H1 here to downside, reacting here. As you can see, we have clear buyers liquidity. So I think at some point we're gonna see this. It took the previous daily high, so I like this chart. I like this chart to look for a sell probably. Maybe we take this high because it's a previous weekly high from a lot of weeks, but I'm starting to like it to at least take this low, okay? Do something like this, like boom, 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 something like this. I'm not sure, of course. I don't predict, but I'm just trying to explain what's the edge, okay, and what I see and what I understand. So knowing that it could do something like that, depending on the M5, I'm going to trade in some way or another. Maybe I continue looking for buys, maybe I look for sells, or maybe I don't trade and I don't like this chart anymore and I don't look for any trade and I prefer to trade another chart. So what I'm trying to do every day is like taking the 3 charts or the 1 or 2 charts that I understand the most, that I like the most, that I feel comfortable, and I trade them. And if I don't see any of them, like I don't know if it was on, maybe I'm wrong, on Tuesday or Monday, I just don't trade, or maybe in the afternoon I like it and I trade, okay? So well, I hope you liked my explanation, my understanding of trading, and well, I hope you like it, and see you tomorrow.